There are a few main software tools that make up the bulk of our business, and so we rely on these tools to do a range of functions. And these tools are really critical to the operation of our business. So some of them we've been using for a long time, some of them we started using more recent than others, but we're going to go into the value they provide and really the place that they sit within our business. So real quick, if you like these types of videos, be sure to like the video, be sure to subscribe for more, and then be sure to leave a comment as well if there's anything I can go into more detail on. Okay, so the first primary software that we use, it's called SellerSnap, and so it's the repricer that we use. And so for those of you that are unfamiliar with repricers, what they do is they constantly adjust the pricing of your listings on Amazon to try to keep you in the buy box as much as possible. And so it'll adjust your price within your minimum price and within your maximum price. So you'll input your minimum and your maximum so that SellerSnap doesn't go below that price or above that price. And the repricer, it's critical because the better your repricer, the more often you're going to stay in the buy box, the more sales you're going to get at higher price points. And in general, it's going to help you stay as competitive as possible. And SellerSnap really is the best one on the market. The current pricing as far as SellerSnap is concerned is about $500 a month, but it's worth every penny because it's by far the best repricer on the market. So the next primary software that we use, it's called Seller Investigators. And so it's not even necessarily a software, it's more so just a service, but they do have a dashboard and a platform that we use. So I pretty much lump it into the software category. But what Seller Investigators is they are a reimbursement service. And if you're unfamiliar with reimbursements, what happens is when you participate in the Amazon FBA program, when you're constantly sending units into Amazon, what happens is that Amazon will very often lose your products, damage your products, not receive everyone that you sent in or receive more than what you sent in, and just generally run into issues involving your inventory. And so at the end of the day, there's a lot of cases where Amazon owes you money because, like I said, they either damaged your product or lost it. And so what Seller Investigators does is they're a service that goes in and finds how much money Amazon owes you, and then they actually do the legwork to get that money back from Amazon. And we're not even paying them a monthly subscription. We're actually only paying them when they get us money back because they operate on the basis of they take a percentage of the reimbursement. So basically, if they don't get you any money back, then you don't pay a dime. And the reason I don't know the rate off the top of my head is because it does vary based on your volume. So if you're a higher volume seller, Seller Investigators is going to be willing to take a smaller percentage of your reimbursements because they're going to be getting you a lot more back. And if you're a smaller seller, they're probably going to be taking a slightly larger percentage only because there's going to be less reimbursements to be made from your account. So Seller Investigators is the second one that, again, I highly recommend. They've gotten us back a ton of money this year. And the third one would be Smart Scout. And so I've actually got another video dedicated to Smart Scout and how we use that in our business, primarily for reverse sourcing. But Smart Scout is a really powerful software. Like I said, we primarily use it for reverse sourcing. And without going into too much detail on this video, because I have a video dedicated to that, we also use Smart Scout for its seller map feature. And so what that does is it'll actually give you a map of any sellers in a given geographical area. You can pretty much zoom in on it like Google Maps, and you can set different filters to only show sellers that you want to see. So for example, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I could set the seller map to show me every Amazon seller that has their account registered in Charlotte, North Carolina that's selling more than $1 million a year on Amazon. Right. And so I can set those filters and I can see anybody that fits that criteria. And then I can do anything. I could storefront stock their storefront because they might be getting stuff from local suppliers that I could also access. I could reach out to them and see it as a networking opportunity. I could do a number of other things as well. So that one feature of Smart Scout has, I think, 15 to 20 different tools. But that one feature alone has been really instrumental in us getting some new local suppliers and also networking with other sellers in our area. And now the final software that I'm going to discuss today, it's called SellerBoard. And so SellerBoard is basically a profit analytics tool that shows you pretty much in real time how much money you're making and how much money you're actually making. It's actually taking into account all of the fees and all of your costs to give you real-time profit analytics instead of having to wait for the 15th of the following month to get your P&L from your bookkeeper, for example. So SellerBoard basically gives you a dashboard. You can look at your profitability at the SKU level. You can look at your profitability at on a certain time frame. So I can see how much profit have I made today, how much profit have I made in the last week, month, year, etc. And you can do custom ranges as well. So you can pretty much see your profitability, like I said, broken down by product and also broken down by time period. And so it just gives you a lot of insight into what you're selling. Because what SellerBoard has done for us is it's really illuminated a lot of products that I thought were crushing it. Like, for example, there's one product we were selling a ton of. It was generating a ton of revenue. But when I look at it in SellerBoard, it was actually getting returned more often than not. And so our profit on that product was basically break even. And so if I didn't have SellerBoard, we would have kept reordering that product and we would have never known that it was actually not making us any money. So because we had SellerBoard, we were able to stop ordering that product and reinvest that money into much profitable inventory. And SellerBoard, I believe, starts at about $15 a month. It's very reasonably priced. I think it's incredibly underpriced. And one of the tools that it's basically replaced my seller app. So instead of looking at my seller app multiple times per day, I'll typically look at SellerBoard because SellerBoard's giving me my actual profitability. So to sum it up, those are the 4 softwares that we primarily use in our business: SellerSnap, which is our repricer; Seller Investigators, which is our reimbursement service; Smart Scout, which is a reverse sourcing tool, as well as many other tools all in one; and then SellerBoard, which is our profit analytics tool that gives us our profitability broken down by SKU and by day. And so if you're interested in checking any of these software tools out, check out the link in the description below. I've got codes for each and every one of them, and they'll actually give you more benefits than if you were to sign up for just the free trial on the regular website. And I also get a small commission as well, so it would be a way of helping me out for watching these videos. But thanks so much for watching, and I will be making future ones here soon, and let me know if you have any feedback.